Alright, I'll sign and see. Alright, so last time we had assassinated the scholar who was his idea, which I can't understand. I mean, you're a scholar, you're to preserve knowledge and share it, not destroy it and hoard it. And he even killed his own men for like, hey dude, this is not right. Now we're seeking what's the guy's name? I think it's like a Boon to Coot or something like that. We'll see. Well, let's see. The pickpocket is probably the closest. Hey, Hector, how's it go? When? You know, I'm trying to remember how long it's actually been since I played this, and I'm still rocking it. Oh man.
It's forbidden
I want
for
to
you
say.
To
I want to say it's been at least 10 years since I've actually played this. So I think the last Assassin's Creed game I actually played was Odyssey.
Come see what I have to offer. Everything's new, everything's perfectly priced.
You're not supposed to be here. Leave.
An assassin! Come people, come see what I have to offer. Don't believe your eyes.
Should I interest you on this?
He's done. We moved the last of the food stores onto his ship this morning.
How much is there?
Enough for several weeks.
What's he planning?
Now I was talking about this a little bit yesterday. Is my favorite Assassin's Creed games. I like all of them. I mean, I haven't played the portables. To be honest, I really shied away from the portables because, I guess to me it's like I was afraid like seeing a beloved franchise do poorly, or I wouldn't say do poorly. I would say like they made changes to it that I probably wouldn't have liked. Like God of War, for instance. I will never play. I played one Assassin's Creed PSP, not Assassin's Creed, God of War PSP game, right? I think it was God of War Ascension, and after that, I did not play it after that. I actually remember trading it in because I did not like it. To me, the combat was eh. The story was meh at best. And it just wasn't something I was used to. Like, you could see all the... Like, if you took, like, the PlayStation... If you went back to the PlayStation 2 and played God of War and then played the God of War Ascension, there would be... The difference is night and day. But who knows? I mean, I am still looking for PSP stuff. Like, I have a handful of games that I bought when I rebought my PSP. And it turns out I need more equipment for my PSP. So I remember the PSP having a good long life. Like you could play for hours, and it would not. You could hell, you could play for almost a whole day and not drain the battery. So I plugged my PSP and I charged it for a full day, and I only get it for a few hours. So I'm assuming the battery's probably fault is no good on it anymore. So I'm gonna need to get a new battery. I need to get a SIM card. So
I wonder.
Perhaps he intends to flee.
I'll get it
Something's got
done
him very...
eventually. I wonder how people create video content with PSP. I gotta research that. Like, I wonder if people hook it up to their computer and use a video capture card, or if there's a way of there's like a built-in system that you video capture like they do with that and upload it. I mean, it's something I like when I initially had my PSP. I didn't think about it because I'm just playing my game. I wasn't into YouTube at the time. But now that I'm actually a YouTube creator, and Twitch streamer at the moment, oddly enough, it's funny is I've gotten a few people come by and they're like, "Oh, you're on Twitch?" And I'm like, "Oh, actually, I started out on Twitch." And I did. I used to start. I knew that I was waiting for things to progress with the play for YouTube because I initially didn't. I did one video a long time ago. You can't find it. It was on a different. I think it was on a different YouTube channel. I can't remember the passwords to them anymore. I thought I'd try doing my a Dark Souls video where I showed someone how to get to cheese a boss, but basically it just became me just doing a talking head. And I'm like, well, that's not really good. So I just ended up deleting the video. But I initially started out on Twitch because I wanted to get, and I've gotten this a couple of times, streaming on YouTube, and people are wondering how I'm so comfortable talking in front of a camera. And the thing is, I wasn't. And yeah, we're not going to talk about this since I brought this up. I initially wasn't comfortable talking in front of a camera. I had to kind of get used to it. Because you always see those videos or on news when people put a camera in your face and then the person's like, blah, 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 and they can't figure out what they want to say. That's because they're not used to it. That's because at that moment they're imagining like 1,000 people watching at the time. And when I first started on Twitch, I was pretty quiet. I was just like, okay, I'll play a video game. And then one day I just like, okay, enough's enough. Let's come on. So I don't think I had anybody watching, and I just started talking. Like, just randomly, I started talking about something. And I actually remember, because I was playing Outlast at the time, and I remember saying, wow, this is oddly therapeutic. Why am I going to counseling? I'll just go to Twitch and start talking. you know, don't do that though. Keep personal stuff. Keep your personal stuff off. But anyway, that's how I started, and I just started talking and getting used to talking in front of a camera, having a camera on me, and that's initially what I started doing. I did that for, I want to say 2-3 years. And then one of my viewers on Twitch said, hey, have you ever thought about going to YouTube? And I'm like, no. Well, yeah, I thought about it, but I just haven't really done anything with it. I don't know if I can do it. Because the technology has changed so much, and it makes being a content creator a lot easier. Like, you can literally make clips of your best moments on PlayStation, on Xbox. Although on Xbox, you have to do a little bit more work. On PlayStation, you just video clip it, then you can just go ahead and upload it. That's it. Or if you want to stream on YouTube, you can just go stream, done. But you still have to write up everything and share it if you want, but you don't have to do all those other necessary steps. You can just click stream and you're done. On Xbox is a little bit different. Like they don't have a streaming app for YouTube, where I would be streaming Assassin's Creed on YouTube. Then, so you make a video clip, right? Now there's a couple ways you can do it. The way I normally do it is I get a USB drive. Probably, I would say go with like a 64 gigabyte, but you could probably get away with doing something a little bit less, like a 32 gig. But I go with 64 gigabytes because I know I have the storage for the video, and if I want to put something else in there. Right now, I've mainly been using it to put music tracks. Like I just downloaded the whole soundtrack to Medieval, which I actually tried listening to it while I was sleeping, but I was like, this is way too upbeat for me to be listening to while I'm sleeping. So I'm waiting until I can get my radio in my truck upgraded so I can put USB drives in there. Because I could totally see myself just driving and then just driving down to Walmart listening to that. Such a good track. So upload it to a USB drive, and if you have a laptop or a computer, you're gonna have to download it onto your PC or laptop, and then you can go ahead and upload it to YouTube. And that's something else that's nice about me doing this on Twitch is I'm not leaving anybody behind on YouTube. Is I have to get everything edited. Like right now I have one stream I still have to edit, and I messed up on my scheduling because I usually been trying to schedule everything out for a week. I thought one of my videos was scheduled, and I ended up releasing 2 videos the same day. Oops. I have I have 2 1-hour streams, I think, to edit. Then I have a 3-hour stream, and then this one will most likely be a 2 to 3 hours because I'm trying to get everything done in this stream. Because Thursday I won't be streaming on Twitch because I believe you have to wait 24 hours before you can go to YouTube, and on Saturday is the giveaway for YouTube. So I want to give like good 2 days before I go back over to YouTube. But yeah, I think that's it for that.
Scared. Anyway, I must be off. He asked I deliver a letter to a courier at St. John's Gate. I best not keep him waiting.
Please don't leave that. Give us your coin, please.
I'm a master. Although I would say one of the things that's most humorous in this game, because there's not a lot of dialogue that changes up. Like the beggars will always say the same thing. Excuse me, sir, can I have a few bit of coin? Please, my family's sick and dying. No, you don't understand. I have nothing.
I've many things. Many things. I've too many things.
And all the merchants will say the same thing as well. It's like you just heard. I have things. Too many things.
Come on! I've much to sell.
You'll not find better items out there.
I think that's probably why a lot of people liked Assassin's Creed 2 more, in my opinion. It was more story-driven than anything else. And there was just more to do, I feel like, in Assassin's Creed 2. Like, they started bringing in merchants, so you had more, like, you wanted to be able to get more money so you can buy these weapons and armor. They brought in, like, actually secret armor, which is probably the best, automatically the best in the game. You had characters like Leonardo da Vinci. You had a very pop. I'm trying to word it right. A very exciting time. That's what I should say. Not popular, but a very exciting time. You were in Italy in the middle of the Italian Renaissance, which is where artists and inventors were booming. And innovation and construction was just booming at the time. You're introduced to a lot of historical figures, like the Medici, which just letting you guys know, I am not a history buff by any sense of the word. I am probably the worst when it comes to history. I just remember some of this because of A, Assassin's Creed, and B, my dad loves watching history. So one day when he was watching the History Channel, they had the Medicis on the screen. But I'm a terrible history buff. But as far as the game goes, like, you had collectibles, like you can collect all the feathers, which is very in depth. Like, I think there's like, I want to say like over 110 total feathers you have to collect throughout the cities, and I think you get like a piece of armor or cape for doing that. You're introduced to several different characters throughout the game. And I think it's one of the few games that actually you get to do horseback riding. I think it was the first Assassin's Creed that introduced horseback riding. And you're introduced to a very different type of character than we were used to with Altair. Altair is a very stoic character, if I had to put it in any sense of the word. He was very stoic. Like, you see, like, he gets emotions, but he's more mild-toned. He's very mellow. Where we introduce Ezio, who, he's a ladies' man, he's charismatic, he's young, very, I wouldn't say impressionable, but he's very, he gets into trouble easily. And that was something, I think, because of that, I think Assassin's Creed, that was the first time they decided to try doing a character like that, and it really worked for them because people really liked Assassin's Creed 2, which continued on for 2 additional games, which fleshed out Ezio's story a bit with Revelations and Brotherhood and Revelation. Then I think after that it was Assassin's Creed 3. We were introduced to another kind of stoic character, but it was in a different sense. You guys will see what I'm talking about when we get to that. When we get to Assassin's Creed 3, I actually do like the character Connor, because there's a lot of bite in his step. You know what I mean? Because when you go through the character, you know the reasons why he is the way he is. Then 4, we're introduced to Connor's grandfather, which is Edward Kenway, which is another one of my favorites because it's the first time we actually, I wouldn't say that, well, Assassin's Creed 3, you get into naval combat, but Assassin's Creed 4, it was more heavily in the naval combat. And then the more we went down to like Origins and Odyssey is when we first got introduced to
You there! Yes, you! Come see what I've to offer.
You tell him I said no. I won't have you damn soldiers poking about in my business.
Listen here, old man.
No, you listen to me. This is my property, not his. I don't care if Christ himself put the man in charge.
He isn't asking. It's in order.
That's rich. The man couldn't order his way out of a burlap sack. I've seen the mess he's made of the docks. I won't let him ruin mine.
Just read the letter. You'll see his terms are quite generous.
I'm broke tired of this. Look, I'll consider what he has to offer, but I doubt it'll change my mind. Now go on, get out of here.
Bewegung!
Alright, next we have the interrogation and eavesdrop. I generally don't do the informant missions because they're just, to me, they're just challenges if you just want to do it that way. Like, if any of you guys have ever played Sly Cooper, and after you beat the game, that mission, you can go back and do it, and it gives you like time challenges and stuff like that. That's basically what that is. It's just a different challenge for the player to do.
What have I done wrong? Tell me.
And that's one of the sad things about this game is that even if you do manage to do all the investigation, it doesn't change the game. Like you just, I just do the eavesdrop because they're there, but once you complete the investigation, it doesn't change the game really.
Si vous l'apercevez, ne le laissez pas s'enfuir.
A few coins, all right. It was but a few coins.
Such a strange man.
No, please, don't leave that. I need to know.
Now I've been trying to figure out like what's the next Assassin's Creed game after
Please, sir, have any money?
As decreed, all ships must now be turned over to the Teutonic Order. Complaints and concerns must be presented to the guild representative at the court of the chain. Failure to comply will result in imprisonment. By order of Sibrand, all merchant vessels must be turned over to the Teutonic Order. Clear out your cargo. Ship deeds must be
what Assassin's Creed comes? I think it was Odyssey. Yeah. No, Valhalla. So it was Valhalla, and I don't know what they're doing for the next one. Me personally, I mean, I already know they did an Assassin in China for a portable, but I would like to see them do something in Japan or China. You know, something along those lines, or in a place that we haven't been before, like Russia, Germany, trying to think what other places. Because we did the UK, with Syndicate. Or here's an idea. It just popped in my head. It'd be kind of. What about we have a Assassin's Creed game that takes place during the fur trade? That would be interesting to me. And you know what? I just had a perfect idea. Since Jason Momoa did a TV show called The Frontier, which takes place during that, it would be really cool if Jason Momoa actually was the lead character in this Assassin's Creed game. I think it'd be pretty cool.
All docked vessels must be cleared of crew and cargo. Captains are to present themselves to a representative from the Teutonic Order for reassignment. Any attempt to maintain possession of a claimed vessel will be punished severely.
William Momo Ferret, I think. No, it's not William.
Take
money. I mean, I'm so hungry. Just a little money, I beg of you. I need money, sir. I'm poor. I'm sick and hungry.
Qu'est-ce que quand?
My family's sick and dying. Could you spare a few more?
Bother someone else.
He did a fight you want.
Kill you, eyes closed. I'm proud to be afraid of you. It's not my fault. I'm only following orders. If you want your ship back, speak with the court.
That's not what I'm after.
Then what?
Sabran's claimed near 100 ships.
Sabran.
For what purpose?
A blockade. They're to sail for open water and establish a perimeter.
For what? Does Salah ad-Din intend to strike from sea?
No, it's not he we defend against, but ships from home, to deny Richard more troops.
Why would one of Richard's own want to see him weakened in this way?
I don't know. Ask Sibran. They're his orders. I'm just meant to carry them out. Now, please, let me go. I've told you all I know.
I'm sorry. I cannot risk you telling him I'm here.
What are you doing? Hey.
You were not allowed to be here. Leave. Assassin! He just killed someone! Over here! You're somewhere you shouldn't be. Leave.
And so are you.
You'll be a scarebag.
Stop it, please! You're hurting me!
Leave, Pendant. I'll make you.
Gardez l'œil ouvert. Ton âme brûlera en enfer. Tu n'es pas à la hauteur. La gloire du Seigneur. Je vais libérer ton âme. You're a dead man. Je suis l'épée du Seigneur. C'est trop facile. Je vais libérer ton âme. pouvoir du Seigneur. Je vais libérer ton âme.
Sorry.
In die Rache Gottes! In die Rache Gottes! Verteidigt! Wir sind der Strafe nicht entkommen! Stell dich deinem göttlichen Urteil! Learn the fighting never
It's getting worse.
His paranoia knows no bounds.
He's doubled our shifts. No one sleeps.
Wasn't so bad till he decided to make the port his home.
He's planning something at sea. That's why he came here.
Planning what?
What's the meaning of this? The two of you off in a corner, whispering, plotting?
Nothing of the sort. We were only...
Only what? What secrets are you keeping?
You misunderstand.
Damned assassins, they're probably here right now, watching us. Do you find this amusing? Do you? Well, laugh while you can. Double the patrols.
Which ones?
All of them!
But we don't have the men.
Find them! Recall our knights from the field if you must.
Time, please. I need food. I'm so hungry. Just a little money, I beg of you.
Who saw what happened here?
No, you don't understand. That's for us, sir. The money. Please. Sir, have any money? A few coins. I beg of you, sir. I beg of you. Just a few coins, all right.
Bewegung!
Anyone help me?
I wonder what he's up to. This'll teach you not to steal.